the video. Before I get started, as always, cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on our black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
Boy, that Indigo gets me hype every time, boy, especially with these headphones. Boy, oh boy. What is up, MOC? Yeah, let's get it going here, guys. Juicy tokenization news I found today, and fresh new news points to giant bull run for these coins. Let's get into it. Let me share the screen here, and let me know how the sound sounds. We're going to try a couple different modes of this microphone so I can see what sound is the best. I don't know if it's this one or if this one right here is better, if that's better, or this one, but we'll do it. We'll do it in here. We'll do it live and see what happens here. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. Let me share the screen here. Entire screen. And boom. Okay, so let's get into it here. So got a plethora of news. Let's start with okay, so let's start here. Let's close this ad. Close. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, there we go. So, Japan's largest investment bank, Nomura, launches Bitcoin Adoption Fund. And it's like I got a weird echo with that one. Is this one better? Let me know. So yeah, Japan's largest investment bank, Nomura, launches Bitcoin Adoption Fund. So more and more banks have been doing this. Um, However, when I noticed this name Nomura, it was like, okay, where have I heard that name before? So if I just pull up Hedera here, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Nomura, I think, is the companies that governs Hedera. Okay. So more and more we see things like Hedera getting connected with huge companies, and those huge companies are getting just deeper involved in crypto. Just more great news for a company like Hedera. So Hedera would be one of those companies, one of those coins I was talking about that has a big bull run ahead of it. And there we see Nomura right there as a company that governs Hedera. Okay. But then we had this other piece of news. Shout out to King, a gentleman of crypto. Definitely check out his show today. Franklin Templeton joins spot Bitcoin ETF race. Okay. Why is that important? Everybody else is getting in on this. You know, LED has filed one, Archivist has filed one, BlackRock, most importantly, has filed one. Just a long list of people who have filed Bitcoin ETFs. Of course, we know Grayscale won their whole thing with the SEC. Um, they have the ability now to make their trust an ETF, but I think it's still up to that to get processed in some way. Probably a lot of people are thinking that it won't get processed until BlackRock really gets to be the first ETF there for Bitcoin. So again, Franklin Templeton getting into this race, and that reminded me of a very obscure piece of news that like most people just ignored, and that's Franklin Templeton and Stellar getting together. So Stellar and Hedera would be those two coins that, with all these connections, with all these news connections, it really, really looks like an explosive bull run for those. Um, but we'll get more into that as we analyze this news. Okay. So this was from April 24, 2023. Franklin Templeton agreed to have let's use this. Okay, it's kind of moving slowly for me. Sorry about that. Okay, so Franklin Templeton today announces that Franklin On-Chain U.S. Government Money Fund, FOBXX, and there's that X again, right? The fund has surpassed 27 million in assets under management, and that's an important number as well, the 2 and the 7. But anyway, so this is the first U.S. registered fund to use a public blockchain to process transactions and record ownership. Okay, and is available via Benji Investments app. So this is going to occur on Stellar. Not only that, Stellar agreed to diversify its treasury by making a multi-million-dollar investment into that fund. I agrees your back, you agrees mine, so to speak. But then I found some very extremely juicy info as far as tokenization goes with that. I won't hold it till the end. I'll get to it right now. So on SEC.gov, their Edgar data, okay? You can look up Edgar. It's basically their kind of database for data. You could actually connect to their API and like kind of scan it for data if you wanted to, but this is the SEC's like data site. Now, one of the things that really huge here is it gets into the relationship of Stellar and how they're going to work in this whole Franklin Templeton thing. Okay. So, although the fund's transfer agent will maintain official record of ownership and book entry form, the ownership of the fund shares will also be recorded on the Stellar network as an electronic distributed ledger and is secured using blah 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 blah. But that wasn't the part that was really interesting to me. The part that got to be really interesting is okay. Here it is. Here it is. I believe this is it here. Oh, I may have to search for it. I had it pulled up here. God darn it. Hey, bear with me here. Okay, this is it here. Okay. The fund's investment manager believes that blockchain based shares will provide increased transparency to the fund shareholders and may in future permit reduced settlement times and provide other benefits to fund shareholders. So wait a minute. That's just huge. So to me, that says that at some point they would want blockchain based fund shares for this fund, right? That's huge information, right? Let me just read it one more time here. At this time, shares in the fund are not currently available for purchase, sale, or transfer to one shareholder to another. The fund's investment manager believes that blockchain based shares will provide increased transparency to fund shareholders and may in the future permit reduced settlement times and provide other benefits to fund shareholders. That's huge, bro. That's really huge. Okay. And the fact that kind of Stellar already has their foot in the door with this fund, their own money into this fund. Oh man. Oh man. So that pretty much means, okay, if they're looking to, you know, make these funds available via the blockchain 24/7, they're naturally going to use Stellar because they already are recording their stuff on Stellar, right? So it just makes sense for them to just be like, okay, we're going to just do it 24/7 on Stellar, right? That's huge, huge, huge to think about. Okay. Um, Now, when we put that into all the other news that we know about Stellar, which is great to review right now, right? And of course, remember this comes from the SEC site, the Crypto Slayer SEC, right? That it's calling out Algorand and calling out all these different cryptos, right? But notice they never called out Stellar, right? So that's some huge stuff to think about. So remember, this is January 20th, 2023. Stellar joins the CFTC. Global Markets Advisory Committee is one of 4 crypto organizations, okay? And who is the CFTC? They are the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commission, okay? Stellar's a part of them. What does that say? Right? What does that say? I know a lot of people get really edgy about, oh, is crypto gonna survive? It's not, it's not secured, it's not regulated. These dudes are working with regulators right now, right now, right? And something really great to note from the article is what are the other crypto organizations? One of which, Coin Fund, and the other one, Uniswap Labs. So what does that say about Ethereum, right? And what does that say about Uniswap? Okay. And here, some Titanic players again, HSBC, Goldman Sachs, and BlackRock. BlackRock again, right? And I think all 3 of those are also members that filed for Bitcoin ETFs, by the way. Let's see who's in the house over here before we continue. What is up? What's up? The Rona Experience in the house. Whoop, whoop, whoop. My guy, Bird Dog. Definitely check out his channel. Bird Dog does the DeFi. He be hitting them with the great stuff with the DeFi. Definitely check out my man Bird Dog's channel. What's up, Crypto in Focus? Sounds good. Okay. What's up, Be Like Waters? Been a while, fam. What's up, HBCU Maker? What's up, Cryptwork? What's up, RA? What's up, Chloe Dior? What's up, Manosphere Hall of Fame? Okay, let's get back into this here. So again, Stellar, CFTC, Stellar, BlackRock, HSBC, and Goldman Sachs. Okay. Let's get okay. It's taking a little while. Okay, so here's Stellar being integrated to Coinbase. Okay, and Coinbase integrating USDC on Stellar. Okay, huge as well, right? Just further cementing Stellar with basically everything, right? We got it cemented with Franklin Templeton, like old school money, like basically a hedge fund, right? um, and their fund, right, now submitted with Coinbase and also Circle. And Circle, you can seriously almost call USDC um, a digital dollar. You could pretty much call it that. Okay, USDC has links with the World Economic Forum. So does Stellar, right? Um, you can pretty much call it a digital dollar right now, right? Um, so this is just making it even clearer the relationship there with Coinbase and USDC. What other stuff does USDC and Stellar have going on? We have the whole MoneyGram connection too, right? And there's different phases of this MoneyGram deal here. So the first phase of this MoneyGram deal, they just said kind of like, okay, we're having a relationship. We're gonna use Stellar, kind of, right? And they just kept on deepening it, like making it more deep every year. So MoneyGram launches pioneering global crypto to cash service on Stellar. This is the second part of the relationship. Let me see if I can find the first. Okay, this one. This one I think is the first one. I think I'm gonna have to close some of these things as I go through. MoneyGram announces innovative partnership with Stellar Development Organization to utilize blockchain technology. Yep, October 6th, 2021. So said, okay, we're going to use it. Partners enables digital wallets connected to Stellar Network to have access to MoneyGram's global retail platform, providing a bridge between digital assets, excuse me, and local cryptocurrencies for consumers. And then the next year, MoneyGram launches pioneering global crypto to cash service on Stellar. So just like further integrating the network, right? And I believe this might include USDC. Yep. So powered by Stellar's blockchain and Stellar enabled digital wallets, MoneyGram's retail agent network, and Circle's USDC. A fully reserved digital dollar digital currency. So again, you can literally almost think of it as a digital dollar. The service provides cash users access to the world of cryptocurrency, blah, 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 blah. And even further deepening the relationship, Stellar dips into the treasury, like what they did with Franklin Templeton, and they actually bought a piece of MoneyGram. So Stellar dips into the treasury and buys minority stake in MoneyGram. This was August 16th, 2023. Okay. So it's looking really, really good right there. They're kind of connected in with MoneyGram. They're connected in with Franklin Templeton, and oh yes, they're also doing the Ukrainian CBDC. Okay, like I don't think I have enough windows to get all of this news in, right? Um, So Ukrainian CBDC is progressing during wartime, Stellar CEO says. This is March 21st, 2022. And yeah, so you could go on and read more about that, but that's a deal there. And let me just close that and bring up this other one. Oh, and as always, if you guys have any questions, we'll get to those as soon as we finish this news. Again, more information with Stellar here. Let me try another mode on this here. Okay, here we go. So Let me know which one sounds the best, by the way, guys. So UN taps Stellar blockchain to send war impacted Ukrainians USDC stablecoins. So this was after all the stuff went down with FTX. They kind of tapped on Stellar to kind of do stuff, send Ukrainian stuff instead of FTX. FYI. So again, Stellar tied right in there with USDC, tied right in there with the Ukraine, and they could use a Stellar app called Vibrant to get funds to the Ukraine. Okay, recipients can use that Vibrant to convert to USDC, to US dollars, euros, or your local currency. So again, more money flowing through Stellar's blockchain. Then let's close this guy. And then let's kind of get into Hedera a little bit, okay? We already went over kind of Nomura a little bit, right? Oops, didn't mean to close that, but that's okay. We'll bring that back up. Here we have their relationship with Hyundai, okay? And that's not even the biggest piece of news here. The biggest piece of news might be their relationship with Drop, right? And Fed Now, but we'll get to that as well. So Hyundai Motor and Kia introduced CO2 emission monitoring system built on the Hedera network. Okay, so that kind of opens them up to maybe even the carbon kind of credit area, right? That they're on here using blockchain technology to monitor carbon emissions, and it goes into the whole climate change agenda, right? Um, if you believe in that, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean to giggle about that. Um, we can talk a little bit about climate change on crypto and conspiracy. That's a topic pretty passionate about, but I won't mention anything about it right now. But yeah, you can see here, um, this opens Hedera up to that type of world, to being able to address that type of world. But even bigger here would be the information here with Drop and Fed Now. Now, Fed Now had always been marketed to us as something that's like, ooh, here's the big bad Fed that's going to take down Ripple. They're coming for you. They're coming for you, Ripple. Fed Now. Watch out, son. But no, Fed Now is going to link into this system because, of course, they're not going to completely throw out the Fed, because the same people that run the Fed are the same people that own a piece of Ripple. Like, they're the same guys. Like, it's always that type of tactic, right? It's like two sides of the same coin. We control both sides. Chocolate, vanilla, choose. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you choose chocolate or vanilla. I'm the ice cream salesman. Whatever you're getting, you're buying it from me. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me. So that's what's going on here, basically. Like, Fed Now is random that have a stake in Ripple. So obviously they're going to work together. So HBAR rallies on Fed Now edition of Hedera based Drop. Hedera's HBAR token has surged over 15% after Federal Reserve System payment Drop, a Hedera based micropayments platform as a service provider. So if you go down into this, it says it allows micropayments, HBAR, US dollar, and again, circles USDC. Okay. We're getting a theme here. Guys. All connected to the WEF, right? USDC, HBAR, Stellar, right? they're building all of these infrastructures for things like Hedera, things like Stellar, things like USDC to be the next financial reset. It's like it can't be any clearer when we have SEC.gov documents on their Edgar and saying that they want, you know what I mean, saying that they want blockchain based shares of these funds, right? It can't get any clearer than that. And then, okay, again, when you see Hedera and who governs them, and knowing that they're the largest companies in the world, like Fortune 500 companies, not only Fortune 500 companies, you got companies like Nomura that are the largest, Japanese companies out there, right? One of the largest was, what did they say? Japan's largest investment bank. Like, hello, right? So let me see. Before we go into any more news, I think that might have been my last bit of news. Not sure, but let's see what you guys think about that. I'm curious and interested to see what you guys think about that. Evening OMC, evening crypto in focus. Okay, sounds good. I'm glad to hear that. What's up, crazy BX Don? Howdy. What do you think about Coinbase's flat coin? To be honest, I haven't looked at it at all. I know E put some news in a Telegram about it. Shout out to E. By the way, guys, definitely check out our Telegram. Definitely check out our Telegram. It's completely free. Why take on the crypto world by yourself when you can do it with friends? We have a really nice moderator, E. He's in there. He drops news. Everybody, there's a couple different people who drop news in our Telegram. So feel free to come over, totally free, and get some great info. All right. We're 119 members strong, growing every day, and I peruse in there. I'll look and see if people have questions. We got a lot of educated people in there, though. Like most of the times, questions are answered even before I can get to them, which I appreciate because there's only so much time I have going on. But yeah, I appreciate everyone in the Telegram, and you can be in the Telegram too and have questions answered and learn really good news. I go through and I pin information. So if you ever feel like overloaded by some of the news, just come up here to the pin and you can see all the latest things that are pinned. And that's most of what I think is really awesome news. Like, look at ChargePoint Holdings. If you're into stocks, I don't know if you guys are into stocks or not. Let me know if you guys are, and I'll start talking about stocks more. Like, I started talking about them on here a little bit. It didn't seem that people were into it, but if you guys are into it, I'll start incorporating that a little bit more. Because I do have my portfolio. It's way more crypto than it is stocks, but I do have some crypto-based stocks and some electronic vehicle stocks. So let me know if that's a direction you want to go in. Put it in the chat. Put it in the other chat, guys. If you're watching the recording, please let me know if that's a way you want to go. I'll start talking more about it. But yeah. And then if you want to bump up from there, we have a weekly watch list for less than a cup of coffee on the Patreon. Shout out to the patrons. They really can't make the channel work, so we can do things like this with a new mic and stuff like that. Shout out to you patrons. Really appreciate you guys. So let me go ahead and close that Telegram because we're going to get a lot of messages here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, EV on it. Shout out to E, man. I appreciate him. Appreciate that, brother. God bless him. God bless him for going in there and providing value for everyone. Um, we got to see a live stream. Love to see it. Do you disclose your crypto positions? No, I don't disclose my crypto positions, but it's really not too hard to see. Like almost every coin that I talk about, unless somebody else brought it up, I'm invested in. But if you want to know more about my positions, I guess the Patreon would be where you would want to go. Um, yeah. So, but if you check out some of my past shows, um, come on over to the channel www.darkhorsewatcher.com or YouTube at Black Rue. You can see, like, I'll say, okay, these are my top whatever holdings. I'll say these are my top 10 investments. Some of those are out there, and you can peruse some of those. But the Patreon is what I watch like week to week. That's right. HBAR is partnered with IBM as well. I think I had something about that here. That's a really good point on OMC, and I don't want to miss that. Because I think it was you, OMC, who said IBM still has like 70% of the financial things out there right now are connected to IBM in some way. That was a really nice piece of information there. So both these guys, both Stellar and HBAR, are connected to IBM. Stellar, well, let me see here. Hedera for sure. If you guys just go to Hedera's, just their homepage, you can see the companies that are governed by them. We mentioned one with Nomura, but another one is IBM. And then IBM has this financial piece called WorldWire, and they use Stellar as a part of that. So here's IBM here, and IBM also has this this like blockchain company called Hyperledger. Hedera's consensus protocol can communicate to that Hyperledger, along with R3 Cordia as well. Bring that up here. Hedera consensus protocol. It's coming up, taking a little bit. Okay, here we are. So let's scroll down here. Okay, so here's this Hyperledger fabric. Now, this has connections to IBM and R3 Corda. We've been over this before. Definitely check out my video on R3 Corda. It's too much to go over right now, but it's a private blockchain that has all of the different banking clearinghouses connected to it. So again, back to the switching over of the world's financial system, R3 Corda is going to be very important for that. And Hedera, as you can see, connects into it. There's the Corda connector. There's the Hyperledger connector. Not too important to know exactly how these things work underneath the hood, but only that it is connecting these financial systems. Okay. And yeah, so there's that. And then if we go into looking at, like I said, guys, it's too much. I don't have enough tabs for all the information, right? Worldwire and Stellar. This is years in the making. This information, right? Like they've been setting this up for years. So when we've been hearing this whole cryptos a scam type of deal and all this different BS, it's BS because things like this take years to set up. You know what I'm saying? These infrastructures. Um, just looking at it right here, we're going to go click on the link too. But using blockchain technology and Stellar Protocol, IBM WorldWire provides shared distributed ledgers for atomic payment. Again, it's right there, right? It's right there, right? And like I don't fault people for not knowing this, but it's like you got to get past like the narrative you're presented and actually go doing some researching for yourselves. In today's world, like with Google and all these different things, we think that we know, but we're only presented with a certain, you know what I mean? Like you really got to kind of dig now. It's easier than going to the library, like back in the day when, you had to do that. I don't know why it's making me assign into Adobe, um, but it's still, you gotta dig in there. Okay, there we go. There we go. Thank you, OMC. Appreciate it. 85%. I actually got that percentage. I was low. 85% of the world's money still runs on an IBM mainframe. That's huge, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Bro, that's just whew. What's up, E? How do you feel about Ripple's pre IPO shares? Uh, I would love to buy it. I don't have enough money to be an accredited investor. Is there a way that you can get in on those without being an accredited investor? Investor, not enunciating today. So I know this. I think it's linked Q, link, link to. You can be a part of that, but you have to be an accredited investor. I will say this though. Check out an episode where I did. I we talked about the SBCI and how much that the Rothschilds actually like that specific Rothschild held like 10% of that company, and it was an XRP. Like I thought that was really interesting that he held it in XRP and not like a piece of the company. He literally held XRP. That was just very interesting. I think I have that on the Telegram somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. Not too without having to search too hard. Um, BI Holdings. Raw Child. I think they called it Ripple, and then I think they did say XRP. Let's see. Yeah, they definitely said XRP, but okay, I know I got this I got their it's public information. I have the PDF somewhere on my computer, not this one, but another one. Um Also, I think I shared it in the Telegram for people who really want to know. But yeah, okay, here it is. At the heart of SBI's impressive performance is its 8.7% stake in Ripple's XRP. So it says it right there, but the actual document I have somewhere. So it's that's huge too, bro. And I was saying that in relation to what OMC said. I thought it was interesting that they owned the XRP as opposed to like stake in the company. Um, that's something to ponder. But I would still like stake in the company too, right? Um, are they gonna make me create an account? I just can't look. Okay, there we go. So I don't remember Circle being on here, so they added Circle, Ripple, I Trust Capital, Discord, Uphold, Ledger, BitPay, Epic Games, Dapper, M1 Finance. They got some nice ones on here. Rich Get Richer, boy. If I was an accredited investor, I would definitely be in on some of that soon. Don't need to know how much money someone has, but coins, no problem. And don't say how many coins you have, because people can figure out bags without telling them. Okay, yeah, I got you. That's a good point. That's a good point, Crips Work. I appreciate that. Yes, you can. You can. They are running a program right now. It's 25 buy-in. Okay, gotcha. I was able to buy as a non-credit investor. Okay, if you have, if you know what that program is, please, if you can share it to me to my Twitter, I would appreciate it. Or to my ex. I don't even know what to call that junk anymore. Yeah, if you can share that, I appreciate it. Um, Copper on here links to Swarm Markets. I'm not sure what that is. Tech Techron Fist. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about there with the copper stuff. XRP Bags did a video on how to buy Ripple shares for those who are not accredited investors. Okay, I'll check that out. Okay, so yeah, definitely check out XRP Bags, um, because for that amount, might it might be. I might consider it. Might consider it. Yeah, for 2,000, that's not too bad, man. Considering, because let me just give y'all show y'all a little bit of something. Um, every time something like IPOs, there's this huge. Like stock people like to talk about crypto a lot, but I could show you so many companies that IPO'd and just dropped, right? And Coinbase is one of those. One could say, oh, well, it's a crypto company. Well, I could show you others like Lemonade, Bumble. Like I could show you a whole slew of companies that IPO'd and just dropped as soon as they came out. So they do dump on retail. So understand if you get a piece of this Ripple pie, probably you might want to come out. You might want to like sell like as soon as it goes. Um, and case in point, let's just show you this right here. So we're gonna do monthly because they're making it look like it's on a spree. So yeah, Coinbase 450, boom. And just so we know, it's not just crypto companies. What is it? Bumble, and I'm sure you guys can give me like I know you guys are an educated crowd. You can give me apples. I think Bumble, Lemonade. There's like just countless number of ones. I know like Chamath was like bragging about it and about it dumped on people too. Uh, okay, I can't. It won't let me. So I'll just close up. But yeah, that might not be a bad play. So I'll have to check that out. Oh, thank you, E. Appreciate it. Shout out to E. So E posted the video on XRP Bags video in the Telegram chat. So please give that a shout out. So big bunch of teamwork, making the dream work there. OMC and E. OMC sharing it and E posting it in the Telegram. Appreciate you, brothers, so much. Thank you. What's up, Calvin Boyles? X. Okay, I think Calvin Boyles is talking about. Okay, I don't even know what to call Twitter anymore. I call it X. But then I think King. Shout out to King. He was talking about. He's like somebody sent a tweet, and he's like, okay, what do you call tweets now? I was thinking. I just started laughing. King be cracking me up on the show sometimes. Like, yeah, I don't even know. I guess do you still call them tweets? Do you call them X's? What do you call them? I don't know. What's up, Boo? Instacart just had theirs pullback is pretty vicious so far. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I'm gonna try this one more time. Let's see, Bumble. Actually, I could probably do it this way. Bumble ticker. And it happens all the time. All of these things, and they're like hyped up, and then boom, they just fall. I think Rivian was an IPO too, and it fell as well. Okay, Bumble. There's just so many examples. How retail just gets screwed by the stock market, and crypto's the scam. Okay, yeah, Bumble started at 70 something, and here we are at 14. What's Lemonade? There's a host of them, but bottom line there, if you do end up getting that the Ripple, getting into Ripple, right? You may look to want to sell as soon as that boy goes public. Not financial advice, but just saying. Here we go. Lemonade. Okay, lemonade went from 80 something dollars. Well, it did get a little bit juicy. Pun intended. 145 all the way down to $12. I think Rivian was another one that came out hot and fell on its face. Yep, Rivian. Hundred and some dollars, bro. Oh, $150 and boom. But that's just to name a few. Oh, dude, dang, I should have did it Instacart. But yeah, that's just to name a few. Just to name a few. But yeah, guys. So juicy opportunity we have here. Oh, yeah. One other thing I wanted to show. Juicy opportunity we have here with Hedera. And I think I showed this a couple days ago, but I just want to reiterate. Uh, Hedera didn't even hit $1 yet. So coming up this bull run, I believe this might be the actual time that it hits $1, especially with all the bright news it's been getting, right? Um, so I think its high was something like 40 something cents. Whatever they show on here is always kind of less than the high actually was. Okay, maybe it was 50 cents then. Yep. So maybe this is the year that it hits $1 and $1 alone, just $1, right? That's a good 20x. 20x. So what? $100, that's like $2,000, right? For every hundred. Like this is just not financial advice. I'm just guesstimating on what would happen to my portfolio if I invested $100, right? $1,000, right? It's 20K. That's a good day. It's a really good. That's a really good time for not that really long to wait, right? Most people are saying the bull run will probably start petering off the summer of 2025. So pick that as a spot that you guys might want to take profits. Not financial advice, but that's kind of where I'm looking. Summer 2025 to maybe start taking some profits. A good thing to use to kind of to gauge that our RSIs for the weekly chart of Bitcoin. That'll give you a good idea. Okay, are we too hot? Are we way oversold? And if so, maybe it's time for me to hop out. And I'll show you exactly how you can look and see that on your own, um, and how I'm going to do it. Um, so let's just look at that right quick. So this RSI macro that I use here on TradingView, anyone can get this macro. You just put it in the little list over here, and it'll give you the macro. Like you look at your indicators, you put it in, and it'll give it to you. So I use this RSI. We're looking at the weekly chart now. Let's get rid of. No, we didn't want to do that. Okay, let's kind of zoom out here. Let's get rid of our alerts. So you can kind of see here when RSI, this one went way oversold, but you can kind of see here when RSI is, yep, 1 week. When RSI is at its top, that's kind of when we're at our top, right? So you can see here, what was this? November 1st, 2021. So about a year and 11 months after the halving, well, actually a year and 6 months after the halving, ever since that point, it dipped down until it started to spring back up here for the next bull run. But again, so around a year and 6 months, you can see it's at its high on RSI. It is oversold on the week chart. So maybe that's the time you want to say no mas, um, and start to take your profits there, right? Be something to look out for. OMC, why would it slow down in 2025? Because that generally seems like the way that it works. Um, let's go back to that chart again. So these lines are a little off, but they're basically Bitcoin halvings, right? So 16 all the way to 17, you got a top and then you got a drop, right? Until it ramps back up for the next bull run. You got a top and then you got a drop until it ramps back up for the next bull run. Out. This is just based off precedent, right? Um, it could it could be different in the next 4 years, right? But I'm just saying, just based off the last two halvings, we got a good year and a half of bullish and then a year and a half of bearish every time. So it came back up here, but it did not come back as far as the top, right? Just like it came a little bit back up here, but not as far as the top, right? So expecting that same precedent, right? If this was like a year, right, this would be like it's just a cycle, like anything else, right? Within the 4 year cycle, you got a cycle of bullish times and bearish times. Just like within a year cycle, we got summer. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Spring, summer, winter, or spring, summer, fall, and winter, right? This is just how Bitcoin cycle works so far, right? So we expect it. I'm expecting it to keep its cycle because that's what things do. They keep their cycle. It's like the Earth keeps its cycle. It's like days keep the cycle of, you know, sun, like, day, night, day, night, day, night. Um, Again, this goes into the whole hermetic principle things that I was telling you guys about, because I like to get into that little occult stuff a little bit. Um, they just ring true. They do. They ring true. Um, so expecting the same thing to kind of happen coming up on this next bull run. Hope that makes sense. Like, I'm expecting that to happen, but I'm going to look at the chart and I'm going to be light on my feet and ready to pivot if it doesn't, but that's my expectation, right? What's up, Heavy Productions? However, we never had institutional money before. Yep. 100%. I agree with you. 100%. Like 100%. However, like we always like cycles always tend to happen no matter what was going on. Like this is what everyone was thinking too, like 4 years ago, right? They're like, we've never had NFTs before. We never had you know, that's that's the same way they were talking. And I'm not picking on you at all. I'm just saying that this is some of the same talk that we heard. Um, again, so what you're saying is right. I agree with you. And I'm going to be ready in case that happens. But, or however, not a but. It's not a but. It's more like however. However, cycles tend to be cycles. And even though we're cycling, you know what I mean? Like, even though the trend is the trend, that cycle is going to be that cycle. And we got 8 years of it. Like you can't really see it as much pronounced beforehand, but here with these 8 years, you can definitely see a pronounced cycle, right? Oh, I'm going crazy with this mouse here. But yeah, so yeah, that's I agree with what you're saying, OMC, but I'm gonna kind of expect the cycle to be the cycle, but I'm gonna be ready to pivot just in case it breaks that, right? Jesus. Okay, there we go. So yeah, guys, like yeah, what OMC says is a good point, and maybe that does change the cycle. But just be ready for be ready for all of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it for tonight, y'all. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for all the information you guys shared. Thanks for coming through and leaving comments. Make sure you like the stream here, and I'll catch you guys on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. in the morning. Appreciate you, OMC, and have a good one, guys. Peace. I'm out.